Always try.
Welcome to 60 Seconds or She Dies. Our negotiator is Scott. The bank robber is Andy. Andy is in there with, holding someone hostage. The only rule, Scott, you cannot provide him transportation, you cannot provide him drugs, and you cannot provide him weapons. It's 10 minutes. We can do a 5-minute extension, and the captain will give you updates here and there. Whenever you're ready to ring up the bank.
I'm almost ready. I'm just kind of going through some thoughts here. All right, ring, ring. Ring, ring.
Yeah, how can I help you today?
What a coincidence. That's exactly what I was going to ask you. My name is Scott, and how can I help you today?
Well, you can give me the car that I asked for.
I'm afraid that's not going to work just at this moment, but let's talk. Would you mind talking through some stuff with me?
Talking through what? What would you like to talk about?
Yeah, we have a pretty crazy situation here. Pretty crazy.
You have a crazy situation. You've got a bunch of cops outside and surrounding the building and spending all your time and energy and money on this situation. You're in trouble, man.
Yeah, tell me more. I'm listening.
What do you want to hear?
Tell me more about the trouble that we're in.
I'm pretty sure that you know what kind of trouble you're in. You're like harassing me, and you got this whole police brutality thing going on, and I'm just here, just doing my thing.
I understand. Police
You don't
brutality.
understand anything. You are like blowing this whole thing out of proportion, man.
Blowing it out of proportion?
Yeah, blowing it out of proportion. I mean, look at all these people, man.
Well, you do have a gun, am I right?
Yeah, I got a gun. See my gun? Oh,
yeah.
You can't see my gun. We're on the phone, but
Um,
you hear my gun?
So
tapping here. This is my gun.
I understand you have a gun, and I think that's part of the crazy situation that we're talking about here. What do you propose we do here? How do we get you out of here safely?
I told you, you stop your bureaucratic BS and get me a car.
Bureaucratic BS?
Yeah, you're bureaucratic. Look at you, man. You've got all this. I mean, you got like, I don't know how many people you got out there. You got like 500 people. You're paying 500 people, whatever you're probably spending $1,000 an hour or $5,000 an hour just being here.
It's
And
probably
you want to jack with me about a little money?
I'm just looking to find out.
In 5.5, I don't know how long. In 6 minutes, I'm going to shoot this woman. I'm going to shoot this woman with my gun in 6 minutes if I don't have a car.
Well, I appreciate how, considering the circumstances, how calm, cool, and collected you're being. I very much appreciate how you're really keeping things together. And maybe you could elaborate for me and give me a little
and tell me that I'm keeping things together and calm, cool, and connected when I'm like raising my voice trying to convince you that this is your problem, not mine.
Sir, compared to some of the people I've seen in this situation, you're doing a great job. Now, would you mind giving me a little bit of information about how you ended up in here today?
Yeah, I needed money. And I've been trying to get a job. I was I don't know if you know who I am. Who do you think I am?
We don't have any information about who you are. What is your name, sir?
Andy.
Andy. It's nice to meet you, Andy. How did so you were telling me you're having trouble finding a job.
Yeah, I can't practice law anymore. So it's,
oh gosh,
man.
Gosh, what happened?
I was making a lot of money practicing law, and I got thrown in jail. So I can't, do that anymore, so I need money.
Wow, what happened?
I just told you.
No, what happened to cause you to lose your law license and be arrested? What was the offense?
That's none of your business. You could go look it up.
Understood. Understood.
As long as you don't break the confidentiality uh, rules, number 68 FJ 39 of the U.S. Code, you're welcome to go look up what I did.
I don't plan on breaking any rules, but I would tell me
Like
more.
breaking the rule of having thousands of cops out here with your guns, your big ass, uh, artillery going up here just because I'm here at a bank doing my thing, taking care of my family.
Family. Hmm.
Yeah. I'm going to shoot this kid, this 22-year-old kid, in what, 3 minutes and 80 seconds?
And what would your family think if you did a thing like that?
What would my family think?
Wife,
Well,
kids?
I'm pretty sure my kid would know exactly what I think in this situation, about this situation.
Would they?
Right. Yeah.
This is the
They wouldn't
captain,
think they
Scott.
would think that you're a loser. They wouldn't think that you're a total loser for doing that.
You think that my kid would think that I'm a total loser?
I'm
Yeah, you
asking.
think that
I'm
my kid
asking
would
you.
think that I'm a total loser?
Well,
You must really underestimate me.
Hey, Scott, this is the
underestimate?
captain speaking. We got an update here. His two buddies that were in the bank with him just walked out. They said they had nothing to do with it. And we got a hold of his baby mama. He has a kid. He's supposed to be out looking for a job, not robbing a bank. She's really, really angry with him right
Yeah,
now.
I'm getting that.
Maybe, yeah, maybe you can
I'll
use that
bet
to
she
get
is.
him to come out.
Yeah.
If not, we got the new sniper on the roof here in like a couple of minutes, so you can buy us some time. Be
Cool.
great.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. All right, Andy, talk to me. Tell me what your wife would think. How does your wife feel about what you're doing right now?
Oh, I'm sure she's pretty pissed.
Yeah, she's with the captain right now. They're talking. She is pretty bad.
Oh, wait. She's with the captain?
She's with the
Hold on
captain.
a second. I got to shut these blinds. I don't want her to see here in here. See who my
You don't want her to see.
hostages are.
What do you not want her to see? You
Oh,
surrendering,
yeah, I don't want her to
perhaps?
see my hostages.
Well, your two buddies just came out, and they're saying they're trying to put this whole thing on you, man.
Well, yeah. So what does that mean? Put what?
They're putting the blame for this whole situation right on you.
The blame for this situation, the blame for you having 500 police officers surrounding this building, over exaggerating this situation, making it into something bigger than it is. You're trying to put the blame on me.
Is that really what's happening here, Andy?
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. And you
What's
know
happening?
it.
You're holding a gun in the bank with hostages. That's what's happening, Andy.
I don't think you understand that you are in serious trouble for the over exaggerated use of force that you are threatening me with, and thinking that this is my fault. You're like, it's not my fault. It's your fault that I have hostages here.
Well, the FBI has brought me over here, and I came into the situation, and I do see that there is quite an exaggeration of force here. Do you mind if we talk about what it would take to get you out of there that does not involve a car?
$450,000 and a ride to the airport with an unchartered plane that I can take anywhere for me and my hostage here.
That's not going to work. Do you mind if I ask you a
It's not
question?
going to work. What do you mean that's not going to work?
Do you mind? Do you mind if I just ask
You
you a
don't
question?
have the power to do anything because you're like just like ineffective at your job.
Well, as a legal expert, that surely you must be. What I think you understand what my limitations are.
Your limitations are the fact that you're going to have to deal with the legal implications of what you're doing right now, and it's not going to work. I mean, I've got a. How did you know that I was an attorney?
You told me earlier that you were.
No, I didn't. I didn't tell you I was an attorney. I told you that
you practice law.
I practice law. Yeah, there's a big difference between an attorney and being an attorney and practicing law. You know that. You should know that.
What sort of job were you looking for?
Well, why do you think I want to get on an airplane? Because I can practice law in the Bahamas with a felony, but I can't practice law here. And I want to take my family.
Your wife said that you were out looking for a job this morning, and that what sort of job were you looking for this morning, or did you just come straight here to do this job?
Well, I was looking at Walmart, but I can't do that because it's too humiliating.
Hey Scott,
Did you
great
go to
news is the
Walmart and apply?
captain. The new sniper. He's up on the roof. He's got his scope on his head. He really wants to get this award. It's just gonna give us 2 more minutes, and we can just pop that little pimple.
You know, Andy,
Yeah. What?
we want to get this right? Like, do you want to get this wrong? Do we want to get this wrong?
I'm not going to get this wrong. You have this wrong. You're the one that's being aggressive. You're the one that's being hostile. You're the one that's
aggressive,
trying to make this situation worse than it is.
Aggressive.
Breaking the law. You are the problem here.
Okay, so I'm the problem here. You're looking to practice law, and you were arrested. You wanted to you checked out Walmart, didn't like what you saw there. Your wife is here with the captain, with your baby, and you just got out of prison, and you were robbing the bank, and somehow we ended up in a hostage situation. Is that accurate?
Well, I wouldn't stipulate that I was robbing the bank. I haven't actually left the bank with any money, as far as you know. So I have not actually robbed the bank. You have trespassed on the bank. Do you have the permission for the bank to come on their property?
Your legal acumen is definitely very, very astute, and I definitely appreciate your advisements on the
Bang! We got him. We got him. We got him.
Thank God, that guy was such a dick. Oh my God, I wanted to shoot him myself. Wow.
God, thank you.
Wow, he was so difficult. He could have walked out of there. I gave him many opportunities. Yeah. Wow, that guy just wanted. They do have a thing, suicide by cop. His ego. Right? Suicide.
It was
by
his
cop.
ego. Yeah, it was his ego.
Yeah.
Yeah, he wanted to be like, see, I got killed by cops. You see how violent they are? You see?
All right. He probably was thinking, yeah, my family's going to get millions of dollars because they shot me. They're getting shit. They're gonna take whatever assets he has. They're mine now.
All right. Well,
good riddance. The world's a better place. Cheers. Drinks are on me.
All right. Well, let's
man.
See. While your counterpart's still
at one point, I wanted to. Go ahead.
Well, let's start with the traditional. Scott, on a scale of 1 to 10, what do you rate your tool usage?
Oh, it was like 9. I mean, if I used 100 tools, 95 of them were I was on the checklist page myself. If I could share my screen and show you the thing, I was taking notes of what I was saying, and I was using tools most of the time. Even when I asked what was a yes oriented question, that was on purpose.
Yeah, mix it up a little
But
bit.
yeah,
And on
I
a
thought I
scale
did.
of
I
one
thought I
to
did pretty good using.
yeah, on a scale of 1 to 10, what would you rate your overall performance?
You know, I still struggle. Like we never really got past the first level of the staircase, right? The building rapport, trying to build rapport. I could not build rapport with this guy. I tried the whole time. I was just trying to build rapport
Right.
and got really just fucking got nowhere.
Right.
And if I can't build rapport, then I can't make an ask. So I never got to where I tried to like insinuate that we could walk him out of there. I gave him one opportunity to get out and he didn't take it. So we were done.
And if you had the magic wand,
God, I just, you know, if I could make his lips just feel, you know, like with a magic button that I could push when I wanted him to shut up.
well, the thing is, when your counterpart is talking, you're
that-
winning.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
true. I did let him talk a lot. I
Yeah.
feel like I let him talk a lot.
Yeah, you had good dynamic silence.
I feel like
you
I
did.
all right. I
More
like
than
I was a good
usual.
listener.
We've
Thank
seen
you.
Scott
I'm
berate
working
the
on it.
bank robber before.
We've seen me shoot him myself. Give me
Yeah,
a
we've
gun.
seen Scott shoot the. So this is totally different, more empathetic. He was really staying in the listening pocket, trying to build great work. Andy, you didn't give him what he wanted, but you also didn't shoot anybody. What made you not do that? Is there anything you remember?
What made me not shoot anybody?
Yeah,
One of
yeah,
my
me
black
either.
swans is that my hostage was my daughter. And there was one moment where I think you tried, but you could have asked what my hostage's name was instead of me. But though asking me what my name was got you to the opportunity of Black Swan, because
I don't even think you would have
I
gave it to
told
him, Andy. To be honest, like when the gun situation came up,
okay,
that was one of your other black swans. You didn't give him a little hint that it's a special kind of gun. So, you
right.
gotta
give me a
give little threads, like little, for him to tug on. I thought you were gonna give him.
He gave me nothing.
Yeah, I thought you were gonna give him something with the
I-
gun. I won't say what the gun Black Swan is. I don't want to give it away for the next participant. But there's
Okay.
something there.
So Scott, the other thing is that I was just mimicking this attorney that I'm dealing with, and he's not going to give an inch. He's going to turn everything out on you. And I was waiting for you to give
Everybody just
me
froze.
more than the amount of dynamic silence that you did, because I was not uncomfortable with the silence at all. So I needed
That's
more.
because you talked through it, Andy.
Yeah, all right. As an assertive, he sees silence as an
You
opportunity to
talk.
talk. Yeah, that's what he.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
you
well,
fill the silence with words. I was giving you nothing but dynamic silence.
All right. Well, let's let the others get some words in. We got 2 minutes feedback here. Shoden, Florin, Peter, the one we don't name, and Ryan. If the one we don't name can put in comments feedback, that'd be great.
Yeah, this was an interesting mock, because Scott did encourage Andy to keep talking. Like he encouraged him, Scott mirrored him, lots of open-ended questions, acknowledgement, and towards the end he did summarize. But what was missing was some empathy. I barely heard any emotional labels. And every time Andy was getting frustrated, angry, mad, Scott probably should have labeled him to calm him down a little bit.
Right.
Dude, that's spot on. Yeah.
And Scott missed out on a few things, right? About Andy's daughter, about Andy wanting to take his family to Bahamas. So those were some important clues as to what's important to Andy.
Yeah, I was passing the strings out there.
Yeah, you were, Andy. You were.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
I kind of felt like Scott was focused on the app, on the tools, rather than listening. And it's tough to do two things at
It
once.
is. What you think of his tone?
Yeah, tonality was
Oh,
excellent.
great.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Great.
Good. All right. Yeah, you know what, Sheldon? You took my big feedback nugget was with that final summary missing the emotional part. What do we got next? Florin.
Yeah, I have some kind of keywords. Let's start with Andy. Andy had a strategy to guilt trip Scott about how much did you pay for this 500 police guy you bring here and some nonsense. And he started somewhere in the middle. He became, what's the word? Dissociated. I mean, he was like me, myself, and my other personalities. Was okay. That was interesting. Andy also explained a lot. Focus on something different. Oh yeah, this is for both of you guys. You seem both distracted, to be honest. Focusing on something else was like you're doing this between some other things. Going back to Scott, I think he was patient. Something new for Scott. Well done. He didn't seem to care or panic, which I like it. He used some validation. He was cold, distant, like a customer service. Oh, hey, Andy, nice to meet you. Oh, for fuck's sake, this guy is threatening another person and he's going to shoot somebody in the end. That's not nice to meet you at all.
Yeah.
No, it's very face saving. Very face saving. I
Yeah,
think it's excellent.
I think the
They
main
were,
question
that was, what's the word where you say those were mislabels.
What?
Okay.
Like,
Oh, that's
Definitely
smart.
I was on, those were there were some mislabels in there. Like when I called them, hey, how cool and collected you are. That was totally a mislabel. Yeah. Anything that was complimentary to Andy was a mislabel.
It actually made him act cool, calm, and collected is the funny part.
that's right. That's right.
Yeah. I noticed his demeanor changed.
and
Good,
I
Florin. What
think
else you got?
the main question Scott asked was what your family think about it. From that point, he actually pushed Andy to actually think about his situation and to project this to close ones. How his family is going to be affected. I think that's a great opportunity.
You know
to
what messed
explore
that
more.
up? It was the captain interrupting him. Apparently, the captain
That's
thought that
right.
was not important.
That's right.
And there was something else too, right? After that question, Scott challenged Andy. Would they? Do you think they're gonna think you are a loser? So that's more
Oh, that was good.
challenging
Yeah.
someone.
That was a
And
trigger.
actually,
Yep, that was a trigger.
Yeah, how
That
did
was
that
a
work? Andy,
trigger.
yeah, walk us through
that was
that,
a
Andy.
trigger, and you could have used it or avoided it. I mean, which way do you want to go with that? Right? Triggering me would have allowed me to open up more. It did. I responded negatively to that.
Yeah, you were saying your son will be proud of you and understanding.
Mhm.
Go ahead. Full floor. Sorry.
Okay, and one more thing out of this, Scott, you seem to be triggered about people which are speaking a lot and lecture you a lot, or try to teach you something of something. You should analyze this a bit, or I mean, think about it.
Only when it's like an absolutely over the top arrogant fuck. That's when I get triggered by that. When it's somebody who just doesn't have any fucking clue. Like I can practice law without being a lawyer, not in any of the states of the union. You fucking can't. I wanted to rip into him there. I was just like, cool. Yeah, man. You can go practice law. Yeah.
That's why I thought that was
good, Andy. I thought that was good, Andy.
You can defend yourself. That's all you can do.
Yeah.
You can't defend others. You can't give legal advice
That's
to
why I
anybody.
wanted to go to the Bahamas. I said that.
But you said you were practicing law before you got arrested. Maybe that's why you went to jail, because you were practicing law without a license. I was trying to get at why you went to jail. I was trying to get at that. I should have like just made some shit up and said, "Oh, I got here."
Oh, it was
Yes.
yeah, it was actually that was, I think, the last one is he was practicing law and made a bunch of shady deals.
And that's why I went to jail.
That's why he went to jail. So you got that. And he's at it
I
again.
didn't want to say it.
So
I didn't want to say it. I was like, I gotta inflate this guy's ego. Whatever. Let him think he knows
right.
the law.
Okay. So we need to think about that exact moment, because if you would have pushed that, it would have broken through. Because
Or
that
it made
was
it,
one
or
of
you might have just said, "Watch me practice the law." Bang bang.
And shot my
You could have
daughter?
gone-
and
I
shot
felt
my
like,
daughter.
well, I didn't know it
Oh,
was your
it's
daughter.
true.
I'm like, I thought you just had a
Exactly.
baby. The captain told me you just had a baby, so your baby mama. So I was like, well, you know, he has a baby.
Yeah, the captain doesn't know what he's doing.
Yeah, the captain
He's
just
making
captain, you're an
assumptions.
idiot.
he just wanted to get a sniper a ribbon, you know.
Yeah, exactly.
You just stalled him
And
a
for
little.
and for the edification of Peter, the win here is that you're just this scenario we've done it again and again. The hostage taker almost always gets shot. Even
Yeah.
if you can get the hostage taker to walk out the front door, he'll still get shot.
Right. And my thought is that we need to get so good that stops happening, even with Daniel Trigger Finger.
Daniel's
Oh
always
man,
gonna
you
be shooting.
guys are so much further advanced than me. I'll try it out and see where I can get.
Awesome.
And,
Well, we still got the one we don't name put his feedback on chat really quick. Andy is a person focused on acceptance. He's very keen to social connection. Instead of tapping into his significance, you're a smart guy, you're not like the others. You can use his social status. Your family and friends have talked about how much they love and appreciate you. There must be a reason to that. Andy mentioned the overuse of excessive force. This is a call for help and understanding, as in, hey, I'm being the victim here. Please understand my situation and
Okay,
acknowledge
guys,
it.
off the edge. Come here.
A summary,
Oh, no, you go, sorry.
focus on what he said and not on the situation itself, including a deep label would have been great. With suspects, always avoid using strong words such as rob, steal, or whatever the thing might have been. You want to take my money instead of rob a bank. You want to take the money instead of rob a bank.
Peter, you had a question or thought?
Yeah, was it?
I think he was talking to somebody else. That was a little bit of
Yeah.
a trigger too. When I was accusing him of bank robbery, that was a trigger.
All right.
You have to ask yourself, Brad, why you get triggered by even, let's say he's a
Me,
lunatic.
I wasn't
Yeah.
triggered. I was trying to trigger him.
All right, let's get
I
Stan.
think that
I
don't think I was. I don't think I was actually triggered. Was I actually triggered in that at all?
Did you trigger me?
No, was I triggered? I don't think I was triggered at all.
I don't think
Oh,
it
from
was
someone
that you were
lecturing you?
triggered.
You didn't
Yeah.
show it.
Yeah.
I stayed in the, even when he was lecturing, I stayed in the pocket.
Yeah,
I
you
think
stayed in the
you showed
pocket.
some contempt. You're kind of disgusted by his.
Yes, you felt contempt.
I should have turned off
Oh.
my camera so you couldn't see my face.
That's true. Yeah. Ryan,
Definitely, we should turn off our cameras.
you got anything for this?
I arrived like right at the end. The
Okay.
only comment I could say is that I could immediately tell Scott was the negotiator in this instance. There is
good.
no greater contrast between someone in negotiator mode and someone as counterpart than Scott. You know, very very different personas.
Well, good.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't understand what you
And
mean.
for my feedback, Ryan was saying that usually when he jumps on towards the end of the mock, he doesn't know who's the negotiator and who's the counterpart. In this case, he could tell it was Scott because of his calm demeanor. My feedback, I counted 2 calibrated questions. One of them was what law did you want to practice? That was a good one. I got 3 elevations, but apparently one was a mislabel. The calm, cool, and collected. You're a legal expert. Mirrors. Yeah, that's funny. I thought they were elevations, but for Scott, they were mislabels. That's funny. I got 3 mirrors from
They were
Scott.
both. Mhm.
I like proportion, and he mirrored family. But there was one that was like 5 words mirrored, so it was an overextended mirror. 3 no-oriented questions. Do you think your son would be proud? That was a no-oriented question. That was a good one. I like, the summary. Work at Walmart. How does it feel? I didn't have the emotional. Let's see. Your way of saying no, I think you should practice that. Well, it's pretty good actually. You know what? I like the way you said no. The first one with the car, you said, sorry, can't. And then with something else, you said, I'm afraid that's not going to work at the moment. That was a very nice way of saying no without saying no. You said, I understand twice, which, that's fair enough. You got his name. So, we like to practice here getting information, elicitation. So you did great by getting his name. Let's see. I like how you agreed with yes, and there is excessive force. What can we do to get out of here? That was a really sick move, and I think that should have got him out. And then you had to go back to that's not going to work. Sorry, that's just not going to work. Yeah, I would put the sorry on that last no. And I liked how you did, we don't want to get this wrong. No, that was great work. All right, and then we'll
But the
hit stop
final
recording.
analysis
Yeah.
is that I totally agree with you that it was a great thing to take me out, to take this insurance guy attorney out after that. Y'all were both frustrated as hell. I'm glad he's gone out off this planet because I agree.
Yeah, there was a lot of good opportunity. Yeah, very well done, Scott. Yeah, very patient man on that one. You had the app open and someone commented like, that's super tough to do having the app and, being in the moment. So good work. All right.